All right, so we spent an enormous amount of time trying to perfect your why, and so that we know you, but now we want to know your who. And so we call this the perfect avatar. I share my screen with you guys. And so um, when I say who are you selling to? Who are you focusing to? Who are you speaking to? When you put out marketing, who should be receiving it? That's where we get into your perfect avatar. So what is an avatar? An avatar is made up of characteristics, attributes, and finances uh, of your ideal client. It could include geographic location, education level, title, age, sex, male or female, or physical disabilities. So when we talk about this, it is not limited to the type of person only, but also limited to where this person is and what they might be interested in and what type of person they are and where their financial and education level is. You have to decide who your perfect avatar is. Now, I know that everybody's perfect avatar is the person that has a lot of money and wants to buy all my stuff, right? Of course they are. But focusing on that and understanding that, who is the perfect person that you want to continue to work with? So we talked about your why. Now it's your who. Who are we going to focus on? You cannot be everything to everyone. I'm going to repeat that again. You cannot be everything to everyone. When we talk about your avatar, we want you to be able to have a focused niche market. The reason for that is that most successful entrepreneurs and companies and businesses focus on target audiences, right? Toys R Us focuses on kids. Apple focuses on, people who like easy to use communication. Samsung takes it to another level. They like people who like to change their phone around and make it adaptive and whatever the case is, and has the best camera for certain things, right? So there are different ways that we are attracting different people with what we sell. If you're in real estate, some of you like to work with first-time home buyers. Some of you like to work with people from outside the United States, international investors. Some of you like to work with immigrants who have found their home in America, and now you want to help them achieve the American dream. Some of you want to work with military personnel because for me, I was in the Marine Corps, so it made sense for me to make one of my avatars, which, by the way, pause for a second, you don't have to have one avatar. You could have 2 or 3. I'm not saying have 10, but you can have 2 or 3 that you can relate with. So military, I was in the military. It made sense that one of my avatars would be military members. We speak the same language. We understand the moving around, the craziness, everything that goes with it, what VAH is, what a VA loan is, et cetera, et cetera. We're able to have better, smoother, easier conversations. Therefore, these types of folks interest me. I want to be able to help them out, right? High net worth individuals. Some of you want to work with high net worth individuals. Some of you want to work with high level investors. Some of you want to work with people who are buying 20, 30, 40, $50 million houses. Some of you want to work with celebrities. Some of you want to work with athletes. There are so many ways to look for the avatar. The point of being, though, into the avatar is to know that you are a very unique and diverse individual. That being said, you can have many interests. You don't have to have the one, which is why I said you can have multiple avatars. Now, let's be very clear about something. If you don't like sports, you're not into sports, try not to go to athletes, okay? Because you're not going to speak their language. You're not going to know who they are. You're not going to know who they play with. You're not going to know the team stats. You're not going to know anything. So when they say, hey, I got traded from Buffalo to Miami, you're not going to know crap about the team names or anything like that. You're not going to know that he got traded. You're not. And here's the point. If he's getting traded and you know that happens, then you know that as the person who focuses on that type of avatar, you need to figure out who his manager is, who's going to be moving, who's going to be picking the realtor so that you could be the person that helps him sell the house. Same thing for any business, by the way, right? If you are a business that sells skateboards, you have to know who your avatar is. If you're in a business that sells donuts and lollipops, you have to know who your avatar is. Knowing your avatar, especially geographical, also helps you know where to open up shop, right? So if you're a person that likes first-time home buyers, you probably don't open your shop in a high affluent neighborhood. If you are a person that sells beef, you probably don't open your shop in a predominantly vegan neighborhood, right? Like, these are the things that you need to think about. And that's why knowing your avatar really helps you out. It helps you understand who you're targeting. It helps your marketing message be more clear so that the people that are hearing it understand it better. Instead of being so widespread out, like I sell homes or I sell all lollipops to everyone, right? No, I sell caramel lollipops and I make them a very specific way for caramel lovers. And I have a certain age frame because people with dentures probably don't want to eat caramel lollipops. And little babies, maybe, I don't know, depends on the parents. So you have to know your avatar. You have to know who you're marketing to. But utilize your uniqueness, your diverse interests to figure out who these avatars are. Now, you'll find the correct avatar inward. That's why I'm saying use your interests, your diverse interests to figure out who your avatar is. It's in you. You don't find the avatar by looking outward, which is why I said look, I'll take real estate, for example, and you'll hear me talk a lot about real estate because I own a real estate business and I coach a lot of real estate agents. And a lot of them come into the business and they immediately want to work with Mark Anthony, J-Lo, Jay-Z, anyone who's going to buy the house that's going to set them up for life, right? Like one sale and I'm done. I'm rich. I'm the man. I got a private jet, right? And so you can't, if you have no network like that and you don't know how to even get into that network and you've never even tried and you don't have anyone that can introduce you to those people, you don't know any of the managers, and then that's not your avatar. You got to start over here. The good news is that avatars can change over time. Does it mean that you're far off from it? It means that you need to do what interests you, work with the right people that will put you in the positions that will get you in the right rooms so that you do the right thing. So understanding your avatar is a simple exercise. Not understanding your avatar, not knowing who to target to, chasing the wrong seed will teach you painful lessons. So I know who, but how? Let's talk about that. Now, when we talk about how, it's very important that you be the real you, be the authentic you. When you know exactly who you're marketing to, okay, when you know exactly who you're trying to work with, then you have this very unique situation. That unique situation is that you can curve all of your messaging around this type of person. For instance, if I'm a military realtor, I might wear a camouflage hat with my logo on it. I might wear a Marine Corps shirt when I do my videos, right? I might wear a suit with a Marine Corps pin with American flag right next to it. I might do that kind of stuff to attract my avatar to come and work with me because instantly this person feels like we have a brotherhood. And so because we're family, instantly they go, I can trust that person. This person is going to have my best interest at heart. And so this allows you to be the real you because it's your stuff. You look inward. It's what you're interested in. So you're the real you, and you get to utilize that to control your messaging on all your marketing, all your propaganda, all your ads, all your social media posts, and everything else that you're putting out. Every flyer, the colors, everything really comes together when you know exactly who you're speaking to. Now, again, we said this a few minutes ago, your avatar may evolve over time. That's normal when you evolve as a business. When you evolve as a business, right? So you might start here with first-time home buyers. You might find yourself evolving, doing really good business. Next thing you know, you meet a few investors. Those investors like the way you speak. You know your area. You know your market. You know your houses. They go, hey, we want to work with you. Now you've evolved. You're working with some investors. Maybe they're buying 40, 50 houses a year or more. Then you evolve again because one day you're in a room. That person introduced you to so-and-so. So-and-so says, I got a $17 million house that I've been trying to get rid of. My realtor sucks. Can you come help me? You go help him because he likes your marketing, likes your conversation, likes to know where you know the neighborhood because you have experience, so forth. So, and your avatar continues to evolve as you evolve as a business. Now, your perfect customer today that can afford just the $300,000 house might not work for you 5 years from now. With more years of experience under your belt, your avatar probably fly to the $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 range, maybe the $2 million, $3 million, $400,000, commensurate with your knowledge and experience level, right? Your expertise. Okay. I've had the privilege of selling many luxury homes or properties, but I've had to grow in experience and reputation in order for people of that ilk to trust me. Now, put me in a room with a high net worth individual and I easily have the right conversations that move the process forward. Remember, as you change and grow, so might your avatar. The important thing to know is who that avatar is at all times. Again, I'm going to harp on this a little bit with you because I want you to be sure that you're hearing me out. When you know exactly who you want to sell to and you're in that particular position to sell to them, your messaging, your marketing strategy completely goes around that avatar. And then the conversations become simpler, easier, and they become more meaningful. See you in the next chapter.